Morning traders, this is the prep video for the ES futures market. I'm going to show you some levels that I'm looking at and give you an analysis of the volume. If you like this analysis, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, click the notify button, leave some comments if you have some questions, and let's check out the market. Morning traders, pre-market prep for 5/31/2019. It's Friday, last day of the week. Let's see if they can try and rescue this candle here. This is one of the larger down candles that we've had in a long time, and we're bouncing right now. We've come down into this volume node over here and finding support and making the bounce. It fell pretty quick overnight through this area. You can see that there wasn't a lot of volume in that area. Let's make sure that I got that. Yep, got that all included. So bouncing off this area, you've got a node at 2750, and you've got a node at 2737, and a node at 2712. And if somehow we were to break under 2735, which I really doubt, considering we've got this pivot right here, we've got structure right here, but if we broke under, this could be a pretty fast move. This looks like there's no volume at all in here. And on our way back up, this also looks like it's fairly light. All the way through here, you can see that the volume from the fall last night doesn't even register in the volume profile here. So there's nothing really keeping it down. So it could move up pretty quick on the daily. So in some of my very first videos, I'd shown you how I drew these levels. And I could probably draw this one. It kind of started over here. And, worked its way down, and now it's working its way back up. I found it just kind of interesting. I added this one Fibonacci, I guess you want to call it a Fibonacci. I just use it for the 100% range extensions. And I mean, you can see that, I talk about the symmetry all the time. We came right up all the way up to the top, and now we're trading back down. We just went under this level right here, and I know it's really hard to see, but if I remove these, there's a Fibonacci that I drew that was between these two lines, and we went exactly to it, and now we're bouncing off of it. So, keeping with that 100% range extension, kind of ties us right in with this volume node down here, and that range extension is 2715. So just kind of keep that in your mind if we break a little bit lower. But it also seems to be very much in line with the top of this pivot that I had talked about yesterday. So I was just looking at that. Just curious. It's just, something that seems to kind of always work out, and so that's why I bring it up. 240 minute, again, there's no volume even registering over here, and like I said, we've gone down, we've tested the bottom of this, basically this big node right here, and your next real big node is 2737, and you could look at 2749 in here also. I'm just kind of looking at this structure 2748 is the top of that candle right there. But let's keep on going. I think we bounce. You can see all the candles got real small right through here, which means that they're kind of buying it, trying to hold it up. They're putting probably limit orders underneath this. We'll look at the delta here in a second. So we've got this bounce. There's no volume at all in this move right here, so just keep that in mind, that on the way back up, right, if we do this, and if you get over 27, probably 2768, 2770, it could be a very fast ride back up to 2787 area. I mean, there's other volume in here, but there's definitely a gap. I can't get that guy to stay. There's definitely a gap between 2770 and 2777. So there's a 7-point trade probably to be had if you get the breakout up to the upside. So that would be. Let's go back to the daily. I didn't cover this. That would be above. No, that'd still be within range. So based on the ATR down here, 36, our range was 2721 and 2793. So that would still be within range to get the move back up. Intraday, again, you can see how thin this is. It's even showing right here in this profile piece. This looks like pretty much a grind where they were just selling all night. If you look at the delta, right from, let's see, right here to here, it looks like the delta's flat, and then they finally just started to actively sell it. It's only down a negative 10,000 on this big old move. This doesn't look like that strong of selling right here on the delta. I think you'll get a reversal. That's my guess for the morning. They're already, I mean, look how strong these delta candles are already. Look at that one, look at that one. I think they'll get it quite a ways up before we even open. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. They've got 2.5 hours to open to take it back. I'm going to say that they want to be up above 2765, 66 in order to get the structure below them and be able to have the momentum up. But they may be there pretty quick. I don't think this is going to be a tough move for them. So I'm going to jump to the 12,000 tick chart and just show you. So volume's thin here and down in here, and they're going to move across this. But you can see that we're getting pretty far back into history at this point. So this is what, no error, there we go. So this is what it looks like back here. And you can see I've marked off a couple of levels, but I mean, this looks like a pretty fast move too. Not a whole lot of volume. Volume nodes only at the bottom down here, and that's 2741, 2736, which is that big node that we've talked about previously on the other chart, and 2731 is down here. So this looks like it could be an easy move. There's a couple of volume spikes here, but you know, recently this is this probably doesn't count at all. I think you got active trading right there, so not a whole lot of levels in here, but I just wanted to show you that profile right there, because we're already back into this profile. This most recent activity is going to mean a whole lot more than anything that's up here on this side, so you can kind of ignore this. It's going to be more about what's happened right here on the chart. So just keep that in mind, that the more current price action is going to have more effect than the older one. Probably by time that we've gone up and come back down, most of these people probably sold their positions and they're just acting on historical volume levels. One last thing to go over the symmetry. So I had all these lines from yesterday's video that I drawn in. All I did was I added this very last line, and it took us perfectly to where we were bouncing, which, you just copied that guy, move him down, put him in line, and I don't know, it's just weird how the 100% range extensions work. And so you got your range extension, and now we're working our way back up. So 2761 is the top of this. Will be interesting to see if you get a bounce off of that. And 2769 is that next level up. So just keep that on your radar. Anything else to tell you about? I don't know if I give you any good levels up above. So it looks like really your best level, 2777, which is the bottom of yesterday's candle. Looks like the best on the top side, and 2783, 2788, and just so you can kind of see, again, that little candle right there, right into the node, 27, it's actually 76, it looks like, and there's this little gap right in here, 2783. There's another gap right here, 2786, 2788. Don't think we're making it to 2795, but who knows? Maybe it's a huge rally. Okay, guys, I hope you traded well today, and I will see you in the afternoon for a review to see how these levels worked out.